You can never measure a human's brain capacity by the reason of a 2 hours or 3 hours test. The reason why I'm talking like this today is simply because most of you are feeding on the results that you had 6 years ago. You feel just because you failed in those days, you can never proceed. And Africa, it keeps on telling you that when you fail your grade 12, you fail to university, there is nothing good about you. You can never become big. You are still feeding on the merits. You are still feeding on the credit. You are still feeding on the pass. You are still feeding on those results that you were given by the lecturer who is not even intelligent as you are right now. You are still feeding results that you were given by your teacher who you are far much better than as we are talking right now. So you can never measure a person's intelligence by the reason of the exams that you give them. It does not happen like that. But the ability and the capacity to do wonders, we've got the ability and the capacity to do exploits. This is the reason why we should not always focus on our results, but our focus, it should be on our capabilities, on our abilities, the things that we can do despite us being given a 40% at school, the things that we can do despite us being given a 50% at school, the capabilities that we have in certain areas of life. So the fact that you failed at school, it does not mean that you're going to fail as an entrepreneur. The fact that you failed at school, it does not mean that you're going to fail as a man of God. The fact that you failed at school, it does not mean that you're going to fail as a footballer. The fact that you failed at school, it does not mean that you're going to fail in music. The fact that you failed at school, it does not mean that you're going to be a failure in almost every area of life. No, those are those they made it. But you've got a different path, you've got a different route. I'm by no means saying education is bad. It's very important. It opens your eyes, it opens your brain in order for you to get to learn things about life and to understand and to perceive life in a different way. But just because it is working out for them, it does not mean that it's going to work out for you. You are a different breed. You are a different person. Have you ever sat down and asked yourself about your maps? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself about D.A.J. Kandek? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself about Jeff Bezos? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself about Mark Zuckerberg? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself about Bill Gates? These are good examples, men that dropped out of school and became better later on at the end of the day. I'm by no means saying you should drop out of school. What I'm trying to say is you can't measure a human's brain capacity by the reason of the test and the exams that are given at school. We are above those exams. We are above those licensure exams, ECZ exams. We are above any form of exams that we are given at school in order to test our minds, in order to test our abilities and our capacities. So stop on feeding on those results that you got at school 3 years ago and start thinking straight and start thinking in a positive way and start thinking of some of the things that you can do that can actually help you to become you, that can actually help you to become the best person that you're supposed to be. Now it is the best time that you begin to flourish in technology. Now it is the best time that you begin to flourish in certain areas of life. It is the best time that you begin to flourish in discovery. Technology is going to take over. There is going to be some diversity. There's going to be some change. So now it is the best time that you begin to do some research concerning certain issues to do with life, concerning certain areas of life. You cannot just feed on one particular area of your life. Start discovering yourself in a different way, mold yourself in a different way, and become a better person. So exams, they don't define who you are. Just in case there is a lecturer and there is a teacher that is watching this right now, I'm not against you, sir. I'm not against you, ma. Or what I'm trying to say is that the test that you give, the exams that you give, the assignments that you give, whatsoever that you give to test your pupils in your class, to test your students in your class, it does not measure their abilities and the capacities it does not measure somebody's intelligence. Right now, you can give me an exam and I can fail, but I can still coach you and teach you issues to do with life, simply because just because you are good in that area does not mean that you can be good at my area. So each and every person has got their area of strength. So stop mocking those kids that fail in class. Stop mocking that lady that does not understand mathematics. They don't understand surgery. They don't understand mental health. It is not because they are mentally ill. It's simply because that is not their area. I'm by no means saying that they should drop out of school. Keep on teaching them, because you're exposing them to certain things that they never knew, exposing them to certain areas that is going to be the area of their strength as they are pursuing and unleashing their potentials. But you judging them, you concluding their destiny based on those years that you give them, it is the worst thing that you can ever do, and you're going to shatter their dreams. Let's begin to think straight, guys. So signing out, this is Felix.